coming back to school with me. We could have done it all so easily.
Hi, my name is Craig Thompson-Wood. I'm the board game teacher. Thanks for coming to my games room. Today I am going to be talking about part 5 of the Empowering Modern Learners document put up by the Peel District School Board. Now, I had said I want to finish this by the end of the month, all 6 parts, and being on a balanced calendar meant that we were off school this week. So today I'm filming from my games room to stay on track with my goal. So today we're going to talk about part 5 of the document, Learning Environments. Part 5 of the Empowering Modern Learners document, Learning Environments, is defined as follows. Learners excel when they feel safe, challenged, and in control of their own learning. Learning environments involve far more than physical and virtual classroom. They support a climate that nurtures well-being and responds to the cognitive, emotional, and social needs of learners. These spaces should be intentionally designed and co-constructed by everyone involved in the learning process. A dynamic learning environment is responsive, flexible, and adaptable. So as a leading quote on the Empowering Modern Learners document for learning environments, there's a quote I'd like to share. It says, "It is about creating stimulating school environments, and these may not always be contained within 4 walls." Now, I'd like to I understand that means that there could be learning that happens outside of a classroom, outside of a building, that, out in the world. But I'd like to maybe modify that to just remind us that learning does not happen only within the 4 walls of the school. It can also happen at home. It can happen at other friends' homes. It can happen when you go to like a meetup or something as well. Board games are great because they can be played anywhere, including outside. I have played games out on picnic benches and stuff like that before as well. So there is all kinds of opportunity to be learning and playing through the play of games outside of the school. So in the document it says that students will excel when they feel safe and challenged. Well, I've talked about this before, about how the playing of board games and learning through playing board games can really help to reduce all that anxiety that some students may feel when learning through other means. So playing games is one way to really, as I say, feel safe, and definitely in a good game you're going to feel challenged as the students are all competing to win or to beat the game in the case of a cooperative game. And so a lot of that anxiety, a lot of the stress is removed, and the opportunities for learning are there. The environment feels very safe. As I've said also, in other videos, that the differences between students, so even students with special needs, can integrate themselves well into the play of a board game because the social dynamic and framework that is set up and built within the play of the board game itself makes it so that all people can be included, all people can be safe. And I just want to say that, in terms of learning environments and how we learn and how to learn, a lot of what I do as a teacher is structured around the idea of what do I wish that my teachers had done for me? How do I wish that I had learned when I was a student? Because when I was at school I wasn't a good student. And I think back, and I think if I had learned through playing I did learn through playing board games, but if my teachers had incorporated more gameplay, more gamification, more learning through games, how much of a better student I would have been, how much more motivated I would have been, how much safer I would have felt, and how much more at ease I would have felt during these learning times, because I just didn't really like school and I didn't feel motivated and I just had a lot of issues. So I think for many students, I think this is going to be a great way to create a positive learning environment. And there really is a lot that we could be doing with the board games. We could be having game centers. The games could be included as free time activities. It could be included as a part of the core lesson that you're doing, that all the students are playing one game at one time. Again, in a family game night, all the opportunities you have to play at home and outside of the school hours. There is just a lot of different ways that we can create this environment and this idea of learning, and how we incorporate that into our routines is going to be a big part of how much students are going to get out of this. Well, that's going to be it for today's episode. If you have any questions about the Empowering Modern Learners document put out by the Peel District School Board, or if you have any thoughts about learning environments and how board games and gamification plays a role within that, please leave me a message in the comment section below. But until next time, I'm Craig Thompson-Wood, the board game teacher, saying thanks for coming to the classroom.
Are you coming back to school?